What's up, guys? It's your boy Thriller here, and we're here for week number 4 of the Pokemon SADL Draft League. Gonna be honest with you guys. Obviously, first I sound pretty low right now, is because it is in the morning. It's 8:23. And obviously, my throat probably sounds a little scratchy and stuff, but it's fine. Don't worry, I'm not sick. This is also gonna be a postcom. I played this game last night, and low key just was really pissed off how this game went, and you'll see why. And just I got really frustrated and maybe said some things I felt like would have came off too harsh. So I'm gonna try to redo that and try to become a little bit more understanding and try to go from there. But if you guys are excited for this video, leave a like, give it a raise, subscribe if you're new. Join the crew because you'll be familiar with the king of the crew. Also, you may be wondering why you're seeing week 4 and not week 3. Unfortunately for week 3, my good friend Lamar never got in contact with me for our game, and the league decided to unfortunately have to replace him due to the inactivity. So unfortunately, we didn't face one more, so we did get a 3-0 forfeit win, which basically neutralized the 3-0 loss we had last week to Brody. So we're basically back to square one after our week 1 dub, which is a 2-1 record now with a +4 differential. So looking really good into this match. We are taking on Brooks Y though. He is the undefeated team right now at the current moment, and he is not going to be an easy opponent. This was definitely a tough matchup to prep for because there was a lot of Pokemon he can bring here. There was only maybe one I felt confident in not seeing. Everything else easily could have made sense to be brought here. For me, Skarmory didn't make the most sense into my team. I felt like I had so many ways to beat Skarmory, counter Skarmory, everything like that. And I just generally felt like I had everything in control for that thing. So it was there for that reason. But overall, I just felt like this was going to be one of those matches where everything could come. Even if Skarmory did still someone show up, I wouldn't have been entirely surprised because it was a good Pokemon. The six I was expecting though was Vaporeon, Megaladias, Garchomp, Tornadus, Greninja, Tapu Lele, and Terapagos. I didn't think Garchomp really would come, but it's not like the most surprising if it did come because it makes Garchomp actually does really well into my team. Sneasler again was the one that could either be banded with Poison Touch, banded in general, or burdened with Misty Seed. There was just a lot of things Sneasler could have done in this matchup. So again, there was a lot of things I had tried to prepare for in this matchup. So kicking off with the team here, we have FLORGESS Blossom here making her debut this week after 3 weeks of not being here. Actually, it might have been against Wilmar, but I don't remember. But we have FLORGESS here rocking out that Cavia Berry so that we can take any guaranteed poison move and knock out something in return. We have Wish, Calm Mind, Heal Bell, and Moonblast. This is actually a pretty perfect set because outside of like, even against Skarmory, if Skarmory doesn't have any steel moves potentially versus us, I can actually 1v1 Skarmory with this build easily, so that's really, really good. Your max HP, 112 defense, 144 modest in nature. Basically kind of more of a somewhat bulky setup sweeper this week, but mostly just kind of an offensive Pokemon actually that can do really well in this matchup. I did debate potentially going Specs this week, but I feel like Specs was kind of like, here, I didn't think Specs was really going to do was that good of a matchup for what we wanted. And plus, I like Cavia Berry to handle a weakened down Greninja where we can kill it with Moonblast with Gunk Shot, and then also dealing with the Sneasler offensively as well. Up next, we're risking it here. We're rocking the Dual Dance Thundurus here with Agility, Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt, and Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse pretty much just everything else I don't need to hit. And Thunderbolt just smokes through everything that's not named Garchomp. There's literally no good Thunderbolt switching on my opponent's roster outside of the Garchomp so that we can just literally just go to town on this guy. We're 12 HP, max special attack, 136 special defense, and enough speed, I believe, to outspeed Tapu Lele, or it's enough to outspeed Terapagos. It's one of the two speed stats at +1 Terapagos. But overall, Thunderous does a fantastic job this matchup. Up next, we have Bobble for the Porygon 2, who would have made his debut against Mario. I guess technically not makes his debut this week. Rocking out with the Toxic Recover, Try Attacking, Thunderbolt, max HP, 8 in defense, 204 special defense, 44 speed. The 44 speed lets me guarantee faster than Skarmory, so I can also hit it with a Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt's just a good neutral click into most of his team, and then Try Attack literally is good spam on his entire team, which is also really good here as well. So overall, I feel like Porygon 2, very good mon this week, and I definitely think can really be a good support piece. Up next, we have Deoxys Speed, and I really ran through a lot of moves on Deoxys Speed. I had like Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, and Ice Beam. I had no stab option. But then I was thinking to myself, I mean, I kind of need stab for some things here and there, so I ultimately ended up taking Thunderbolt off of I Thunderbolt off for Psychic. I probably should have replaced Flash Cannon. We have Shadow Ball. That way you could hit Latias and Lele still. For better super effective damage. But I ended up going with this. We have 68 speed with max 60 HP, I should say. Max special attack modest and 188 speed. This lets me guarantee field speed all of his Scarfers except Garchomp. If Garchomp is Scarf, I do not outspeed that, but otherwise I outspeed every other Scarfer he has. Well, not every other Scarfer. I basically beat any Scarfer that's Lele and below guaranteed, which is really good here. Couple berries to make sure we have an item. We have then Meowscarada, which honestly just smokes my opponent. Like outside if he does bring potentially the Skarmory, we can just not we can pretty much smoke for his entire team. Flower Trick, Knockoff, and Triple Axle literally just destroy my opponent's roster, which is really good for us here. We are max attack, 100 speed def, just have a little bit of bulk, and then the rest in speed. We are creeping the Greninja and Torn, obviously, and the Lottie. They're going to be either speed creeping to speed tie or have that 1 or 2 points extra on the speed creep, so we're good there. Just a good mon this week as well. And this is a set I did take a bit of a risk with because this thing could have worked or not worked, depending on the set we could have gone with here. We are Leech Seed, Autotomize, Air Slash, and Flash Cannon. Leech Seed is kind of nice to bluff that we're bulky, not offensive. And then we can pull out the Autotomize, which lets me outspeed pretty much does any like Scarfer from Lele and below. If it's Garchomp Scarf, I don't speed it. If Torn Scarf, I can't outspeed it. So basically, we're in this position. I would have loved to go more of an offensive, kind of pseudo bulky set, but I feel like if I don't respect Scarf Lele, which Scarf Lele definitely makes a lot of sense versus me, and then I'm going to lose to Scarf Lele with that Thunderbolt if I'm weakened down. So definitely feel like this was a really good set for Celesteela. Dual Stab just does a fantastic job in this matchup. It can even beat Skarmory to the extent as well, with the lead cheat and air slash flinching as well, so we can still beat that. So, yep, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the matchup, and I will see you guys shortly. And we're here for the matchup. As you can see, he brought everything we expected, except he did bring Skarmory, which was the only one Pokemon I really felt like actually didn't show up to this matchup. Ended up bringing the Chomp and Sneasler, which was what have I expected? I was a little surprised here that there's no Torn, but at the same time, I can kind of actually, now looking back at this matchup and thinking about it a little bit more, I could Loki kind of understand why he didn't want to bring Torn, because obviously Meowscarada can always be faster unless he's Scarf, and then I can always revenge it. With Triple Axle, obviously DLSP can always get a setup option. Thunderous is pretty strong into his team. And then Sally, for the most part, can actually wall or beat it. A little definitely was surprised not to see Mega Latias. I mean, even with having Florges, like I can get easily overwhelmed and a weekend down here. Um, I guess maybe they were worried about what kind of set or kind of the idea of what they wanted to do against with Mega Lati, which definitely Mega Lati was tough to build. With like if I was building against my team, I think the hard thing is that you're forced to run like max speed with your Lati, and then your bulk is either invest into your HP defense or special defense, or you're just going to go max HP for your bulk and then go like a combine sweeper set or just some kind of a bulky setup option wherever like that. So I can maybe see a tiny bit of a reason not to want to bring Megalati because it's really tough to build with this week. But I just felt like that was a really good bond in this team matchup here. And I was not gonna. I think out of the two, I think I'm more surprised that Lottie's not here over Torn. But like I said, I could easily see why Torn maybe is not brought here. Unless he felt that confident that I wasn't going to bring Gallade, which that's a little bit of a shocker that you were not going to respect Gallade this matchup. Like Lele can't be just your only thing to check Gallade. Like that is really a bad mindset in my opinion. But anyways, because if I was bulk up with enough investment to really just take a hit from here, I could just run Drain Punch. I beat this. I beat this. I can beat that then with Poison Jab at +1. If I'm bulk up, I can guarantee take a hit from you and beat you. I can beat you 1v1. I can beat you 1v1. Gallade would have just single-handedly destroyed this team. If I had brought it. But I didn't bring it because obviously I had to respect so many of the big threats that he did have, so I kind of couldn't bring it. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lead off with the Tilted Towers. Also, I like the fact that this guy did not want to say good luck, have fun, Act 2E. So, I lead off with the Tilted Towers because I was actually thinking of my lead quite a lot. I was thinking between Deoxys, even FLORGESS to an extent. And then I was thinking to myself, Celesteela, just in case if he did bring, like, in case he did lead Selly, like, not Selly, the Skarmory to set up rocks or spikes potentially. I figured I wanted that. I took the gamble, and then I saw this lead. So a part of me told me that, okay, this is not Boots Terapagos if he's leading with Terapagos. I also found out that I was faster. So this might have told me then, okay, this is probably then how bulky Terapagos. And then I see sub, which definitely did not see this set coming. I went for the air slash just to break the substitute here. Really did not see sub coming. I really gonna be honest here with you guys. As he does go for the calm mind again here. I'm gonna go for an air slash here just to go for the flinch here, as he is actually very bulky. He goes for flamethrower, and I did do the if he's not like if he's like not modest. If he's actually no, I think it was with modest. If he was he had to be modest max special attack to pretty much guarantee kill me, but there also was a small roll that I actually could have lived. But the roll was basically not going to be existent. So he kills me there, unfortunately. I go into Bobble, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I probably should have just recover spammed. But at the same time, if I'm looking at this, I basically wasn't breaking that sub. Um, and he would have then. But again, I could have just recover spam. But at the same time, I think I would have eventually lost a recover spam. So basically, he went Bobble. I probably should have went Meowscarada here first, and then that, and then he decides to save the Pokemon, which I don't know if I agree with that. To be honest with you, because like you're just it's a Pokemon that's gonna get outsped by so many things. I don't know why you do that. He whirlwinds me, which is really weird here, but that's fine. I'm gonna go for the Wish here. I probably should have went for the Calm Mind, honestly. I should have pulled the trigger on Calm Mind since I had Heal Bell, but a part of me just wasn't feeling that confident to go for it. So I go for a Nasty Plot here on my Thundurus here. And instead of going, and it reveals that he is a bulky chomp. So he's like no speed chomp, so I'm faster, which if I had known that, I would have probably had just gone for the Dark Pulse here, as he does land the Fire Blast, and I don't get to flinch when I needed it. And now I do get the flinch when I die. So, yeah, that's a little annoying. But now I go into Yoxus. I get a nasty plot off here. I actually think I went for the Psychic here first, though. If I went for Nasty Plot, I would have been in a way better situation because that guarantee would have 2-hit KO'd this Pokemon instead of it getting an out Toxic or a potential Wish off on, you know. Because as you're going to see, I do over 50%. So if I got that, if I had gotten that Nasty Plot off on that switch in, which I probably should have figured that my opponent was going to try to preserve differential because, you know, that's a cringe thing to do. He goes for Skull, and of course he gets the burn, so now I die to burn, which is more bullshit. But now I go into my sneaky here. I'm just gonna click knock off here just to get rid of any item here. Um, just to do that. We get a crit, which is cool, but eh. Then I go for Axel, which definitely would have killed, but of course I miss Axel, so that means now my opponent gets a free roost off, and I'm honestly done with the game. I'm just going to just attack what's in front of me and just stop playing this game because it is absolutely really stupid. Now, obviously, yes, there is still a chance I can win this game, but it's damn near impossible because I went for a Calm Mind here. Now, right here, I should have either went for a Moonblast or I should have went for another Calm Mind. He's going to go for the Dark Claw and, of course, get a critical hit into the Paralyzation. And we're not going to pick up the KO. We actually didn't KO Sneasler from full no matter what. And we lose the game 6-0 because, again, my opponent played for the 6-0 because it's cringe. And my statement here to you, Brooks, obviously you probably are a player that maybe got screwed over a lot by RNG and got screwed over a lot by differential in the past. So your mindset's probably to try to secure a 6-0 and try to go this. But I want you to know playing for a 6-0 is just absolutely cringe. Like I think anyone that purposely plays for differential, I feel like it's just not someone that really should be playing. Like I think if you focus way more on differential than winning the game, then that could screw you over. Like I remember there were people that would purposely play for differential, and guess what? They lost a game because they were trying to secure differential, and they missed out on playoffs because they didn't have more wins than they did of differential. Like the wins in Pokemon matter way more to differential. Differential should only matter in like the last 2 to 3 weeks of a season, unless your wins haven't been skyrocketing. That's just my take on it. I think if you play for differential, I'm sorry, it's cringe, and I don't think that's the right mindset to be in. Because if you think about it, I had four, pretty much four of his mods essentially beat. Like if I had gotten Florges in that position to being able to sweep, I actually would have probably. And also, if he didn't paralyze me, I could have potentially won that game. Like I was in such a phenomenal position, and then if I would have made a few different plays, I then would have been fine because I could have handled myself a lot more better there. But again, RNGs is dumb and cringe is differential. So that is going to be the game, guys. We lose to Brooks. He is going to go and now be 4-0. He just needs one more win to guarantee himself playoffs at this point. And now we are in a bit of a tougher spot. We're 2-2 minus 2. We pretty much now need to win out of our next 4 games. We need at least win 3 to guarantee playoffs, or we have to win 2 and have good differential going into the playoff brackets. So, definitely going to be tough still. We still have a chance, and again, I'm still going to do my best. I want to have fun with this, but I'll be honest with you guys, this game was completely and utterly not fun. It was honestly ass. It was not fun at all. And it sucks, as I want to have fun with these games, but it's not really fun when you're seeing cringe being done. So, it is what it is. GG's to Brooks though. Good luck for the rest of the season, and we'll see you guys for the next game. We're taking on Tanner. I don't think I've ever faced Tanner once in my life, and I think this will be another. And this is gonna be at least another good game, hopefully. But it's definitely going to be a tough one. But I'm looking forward to the game, and I'll see you guys next week. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later. Peace.